What's going on, guys? T-Blake here, and if you clicked into this video, you want to know all the things you should know before you buy the Nike M2k Tekno. Now, this is a relatively new model for Nike, and of course, it takes inspiration from the Nike Air Monarch. Now, I have both shoes here, which I really do enjoy, both the Nike Air Monarch and the Nike M2k Tekno. But the difference in price, you can get these pretty much year-round on sale for 40 bucks. Whereas the M2k Tekno is stuck at the $100 price point and is yet to go on sale. So, is it worth it, and what are the main differences and things you should know? First and foremost, when it comes to sizing, they do run a little bit wide, and they do run very true to size. I love the M2k Tekno for this reason. I have relatively wide feet, which is why I like the Monarch. So to get a slightly more edgier, slightly more streetwear-esque version of the Nike Air Monarch, I really do love this model. Now, when it comes to price point, obviously the M2k Tekno does have some elevated materials over the Nike Air Monarch. But before we get into an overview of the sneaker and I show it to you up close, just some information as to why they chose to make this model as opposed to an elevated Air Monarch. Now, we saw it with the Camp Monarch release, which I have downstairs in the basement. I just don't want to get because my house is just a little bit haunted. That retailed at $120. So the MK2 Tekno comes somewhere in between, and to me, it's a great sneaker for the value. So we've seen a lot of like dad shoe entry-level things. We saw the Spectra from Puma at $120 price. To me, the colorways on the M2k Tekno that are available are an absolute steal for $100. And like I said, if they do end up going under retail, I will post that under Kicks Under Cost. But at $100, it is a great value. The other thing to keep in mind is, like we talked about, while they did do a Camp Monarch, I think it was important for Nike to brand this as the M2k Tekno, even though we know it's a gentrified version of the Nike Air Monarch, just to kind of split those two worlds. Because again, the Nike Air Monarch, one of the most normcore, top-selling sneakers for Nike, so to enter the streetwear market, that higher-end energy consumer that you guys are that are watching this video, they had to change the brand name just to separate the two. So this has its own realm, and this has its entirely own realm as well. I'm going to show it to you up close so you can see some of the textile differences between the two and why the elevated price point. Now, this is a sneaker I have worn extensively. This is probably my 30th or 40th day wearing them. You can see not crazy creasing. These held up really well. Very supple leather. The Nike call out on the tongue I like as well. You have a chunkier millimeter offset here, so big sole. That's going to raise you up about an inch off the ground, so if you're shorter, not a bad idea for you. The outsole, you can see the tread pattern's almost identical to the Nike Air Monarch with a few switches. And again, the paneling very similar too, except obviously lower quality materials on the Nike Air Monarch versus the M2k Tekno. So, should you buy these? And what are the things, again, to recap before you buy the M2k Tekno? Well, for one, the fit is true to size, and they do run a little wide, which is great if you're in between sizes or have a wider foot like me. Two, when it comes to price, at $100, it's actually coming under the price of some of the Puma models, the Reebok models, the Adidas chunkier dad shoes that we've seen. So to have the swoosh branding come under some of the competition, it's really great, and I've tried the Spectra out, and I much rather prefer the M2k Tekno. The other thing to point out is that the colorways that are publicly available for these right now, in my opinion, are a lot better than the versions for comparable models. At first, there's only a couple things to choose from. Now we have a whole cornucopia of colorways, and I absolutely love them. The other thing, too, with the $100 price point is I do think we might see these about 20% under retail. And when that day does come, it's for sure a cop. But if you were on the fence for these and you had $100 in your pocket, to me, one of the best shoes for the value, and I absolutely love how they look on feet. And like I said, I've been wearing them day after day, and they are great. Not only comfortable, but one of my favorite shoes of the year. And I am not just saying that. This is not a paid video. Nike doesn't give me money. I bought these with my own money. So if you guys are interested in picking these up after you watch the video, there's a link down below in the description to purchase. If you found this helpful and you use that link, it helps me out, so I really do appreciate it. Kind of your way of paying me for my time and explanation, if that makes any sense. But again, I will post these under retail if they do fall under retail on kicksundercost.com. So hopefully this video is helpful to you. T-Blake signing out. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace, guys.